You know, for many artists, music is a journey of rediscovery after having been away from it for a while. Today on the RCS Spotlight, Guelph artist MandyM talks about her journey of rediscovery and her experiences recording at Royal City Studios. So you've been recording a new track at Royal City Studios. Can you tell me a little bit about the new song you're working on?
I have a song I wrote when I was 15, so that's about 15 plus years ago, that I did a dry demo of, just so I had something to take away and go back and work on it. And like we talked about before, life happens and you go to work and you finish school and then you never get around to doing things that you want to. And finally last year I said, I really want to work on these songs that I've done. I want to get them done, and I started looking for a recording studio. So I found Royal City here and came in, talked to everybody, and I was very comfortable. So I think that was my go ahead to get it done, because I needed to find somewhere where I was comfortable first off. And this was the place. So I'm really excited. I started working on 2 songs, and they put together some studio musicians for me that I've been working with. Great guys. 2 of them are actually from Breaking English that I borrowed. And we just finished doing the vocals for 2 of the songs today, and I have 6 more songs to work on, so I'm pretty excited to be here and work on those songs. And I'm not going to say anything else until everything's said and done, so I want to kind of keep it on the hush-hush, but I'm really impressed with everybody here. Everyone's been so accommodating and helpful, and I'm excited to be here, and every time I get to come here, it's a pleasure.
What was your journey back into recording?
So I grew up, I don't want to say grew up in the industry, but as a child, I had a stage mom, which was my grandmother. She did the same with my mom. We were involved in theater, the arts, singing, I went to a stage school in the UK, Corona School of Art, so we were always pushed in that direction. And I started doing commercials and singing shows, did some TV shows when I was younger, and then we did some recording, just very small demos. And that was something that, when you're a child, it's more so, is this what you really want to do, or this is what you're going to do? So at the time, I didn't really know if I wanted to do it. I enjoyed it, but as life progressed and I got older, I realized it was something I did want to do, but I needed to have that passion in me, and I needed to want to do it, not because somebody told me to do it. So this is kind of where I am today.
All right. Now, coming into Royal City Studios to record, was that your first time in a recording studio?
No. So when I was younger, I've been in a recording studio a few times, but this is the first time I've actually put it together myself and gone out to the recording studio, met with people, and worked with them myself instead of being directed. This is where you're going. So.
All right. How was your experience recording at Royal City Studios? How did you hear about it, and why did you ultimately decide to come here?
Believe it or not, I was just Googling recording studios GTA, and Royal City came up on Instagram, and I'm a huge fan of Instagram, so looked them up and read about Jim and saw it was a near studio that opened, and thought, I don't live that far away. I'm just outside of Guelph, so I called and had some emails going back and forth with Jim, and came over and met with him and a few other people here, and just felt really relaxed and felt that, this is somewhere I want to be, and the people are great. And came in, did some recordings, stayed for a little while for a jam night just before Christmas, met some more people, and I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad I actually came over here. So
maybe you could talk a little bit about your songwriting process. How does it work for you?
To be completely honest with you, I don't have a process. I was always very good and passionate about creative writing when I was in school, and obviously loved music. So when I was 10, my grandparents bought me a little keyboard, and I used to just make things up, like little songs, little jingles, and that's kind of how it went. So, example, last week I had lyrics in my head, so I wrote them down on my phone, and then a couple days later I started playing around just with my keyboard just to put a little melody together. So I wouldn't say I'm a songwriter, but I have come up with some songs songs, but they need to be there for me. Like, I couldn't sit down and say, okay, I have to write a song. For me, it wouldn't work that way. It has to be something that pops into my head or something I see that gives me an idea. So that's kind of how it's worked with me. There's nothing straightforward about it. It's just something that's just come into my head that I've been able to write down on paper and then later on come up with a melody.
For a lot of songwriters want to learn how to write a song. I've always thought the first thing they need to do, and I don't know if you would agree, is to just learn to listen to impulse, inspiration, as opposed to trying to figure something out, if that makes any sense. Would you agree that that's an important skill?
I do agree, and I think, and I don't want to take away from being male or female, but females tend to be very feeling and emotional based. So I find that when I'm having those days, I have an easier time writing something down.
Do you plan on pulling a live band together to go out and perform then after that?
You never know. Obviously, I have aspirations to do something like that, like a little tour, or who knows what'll happen. I do have a YouTube channel, so I will be linking everything to my YouTube channel, Spotify, iTunes, anything online as well, and we'll just kind of see where it goes. But for me, this is something I wanted to do, and I would rather do it and see where it goes than not do it and always wonder.
Once you get it done, do you find that it just makes you want to do more?
It does. It's very addicting. That's for sure. I couldn't wait to come here today and finish my vocals. I honestly I couldn't wait. I was counting down the sleeps. I know that sounds silly, but I think once you get here and you get started and you get going, it becomes something that you become so passionate about that's all you think about. So I would encourage anybody who wants to do anything like that, just do it. Hesitation will kill you. I would just say for anybody who's looking to jam or record or just get back into music, definitely come out to Royal City Studios. It's a great place, great bunch of people here, and you won't regret it.